Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on Irish radio. It's the scintillating, it's the stupefying, it's the splendido crappy quiz. Every Friday, we pit three of Team Off the Ball up against each other in our quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. Allow me to welcome tonight's contestants. Our first contestant tonight is such a millennial that he never stops thinking about his cool new flip phone. He never stops listening to cool new bands like the Black Eyed Peas and loves trash talking online to cool new video games like The Sims Bustin' Out. Give it up for Tommy Rooney.
Hey, I got about two references there.
I didn't understand most of that, but a flip phone at home.
Flip phone, yeah. Never had a flip phone.
You had a flip phone at one point, yeah.
And we all had flip phones. They were the original camera phones, weren't they? That we paid like 400 quid for.
People at that point were excited by the fact that you could take a photograph with your camera.
Yeah.
The Motorola Razr, a classic of the genre.
Did you have that?
No, I just looked at ads longingly, hoping for a mobile phone.
Yeah, I didn't have a mobile phone until I was like 16. I wasn't allowed one.
16?
Yeah, 16.
Quite old.
They didn't exist until...
No, so they all had them now, like 11 or 12.
They didn't exist until we were 16.
Yeah, I know, but everyone had it at that age.
I remember the first time I discovered that you could send a text message. I remember sitting next to a guy who was an Australian surfer and he was doing this stuff on his phone and I was like, what are you doing? Like, really begin to annoy me now with this stuff what the hell are you doing there? And he was like, I'm sending a text message. Never take off.
What year is this?
That was 1999, I'd say.
So what, there was just a random Australian sitting beside you?
I was in Australia and I was on a bus and he was doing the stuff with his phone and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on.
Had you seen a phone before this?
I had a mobile phone at that point that was, to be fair, actually probably the size of this. That was as bulky. They're as bulky now as they were then. But yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm sending an SMS." I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about, and also that shit's never going to take on.
This fad will never last.
I thought you were Marty McFly coming from a different generation.
Yeah.
So we have our millennial. On the other hand, in the middle seat is a man who's so old he thinks an Xbox is a vital part of a car engine, and he thinks Dua Lipa is the name of a World War I protagonist. In fact, he's such an anti-millennial he can probably even afford a house. He's never eaten avocado toast in his life. It's Adrian. Who's your daddy, Barry?
My son eats avocado toast all the time.
Does he?
Such a millennial.
Well, it's a good combo.
What's he like too?
Is he a snowflake too?
I mean, the bread is maybe not amazing, but
Con.
the avocado
I'm not a fan of avocado.
Don't be declaring war on
but it's good, like it's
fodder.
I'm a fan of bread.
Yeah. It's good for you.
Do you hear that now?
What happened?
Owen throwing digs your way.
What did you say?
I was wondering if your son was a snowflake as well.
Are you calling me out now? Is this what's going on here? Because
that's what's happening.
It looks like.
If we're going to get a charity
An
boxing
all
match
ginger
going,
charity boxing match. Like people pay big dollars to see that kind of freak show in Vegas.
That would like cull 5% of the world's ginger population as well. It would be so cruel. Our final contestant tonight has not enjoyed life over the past couple of months. His serious back injury has meant a prolonged period out of the gym, which is now affecting his day-to-day life. He hasn't been able to do the simple things, like stop in front of the mirror for 30 seconds to flex an oblique muscles, and hasn't been able to help old ladies cross the road by placing them on his shoulders and bench pressing them as he walks. Soon to be burly once more, it's Dave McIntyre.
Good day.
How's the health?
I'm 100%.
Back at it?
I'm back at it to the extent that like I can exercise without being in pain, but I'm a shadow of the man I once was.
Why don't you train in tandem with Owen as he builds up for his big fight?
Absolutely, could definitely do that.
You gym rats.
You know, Gilroy's still talking about his 100 days of exercise that he hasn't began yet. He could get on board as well.
I did try my first chin-up in 3 months the other day.
Yeah?
You can only do 24 of them, I'd say.
How many off-the-ball presenters?
It was not impressive. It was, in fact, a very worrying development.
I tried to do one in the park the other day. I'm still sore after it. Like
After one chin-up?
I tried to do one chin-up.
Really?
I nearly got there.
Really?
Nearly, yeah.
Jesus, when you lose it, don't you?
I never had it, like, to be fair. Can you do chin-up? This is the most important. You're the most important person in this room.
I believe I can, yeah.
Have you ever tried
I'm a gym
one?
rat now, so I can do those sort of
But
things.
you haven't actually been to the gym yet.
No, it's a good point. But being a gym rat is a state of mind rather than an actual...
Yeah, I mean, if you think you can do chin-ups, you can.
You're going to get some awakening.
Am I?
Once you start training, yeah.
He's
It'll be great for you.
He's going to get woke, like.
No, it's well.
Tommy, he's 24 years old.
Great.
But he can start training. But Dave, you know, Owen can start a regime here and get himself into serious nick.
Anyway, the format is a classic crappy quiz with 4 questions each. After 4 rounds, the trivia equivalent of taking every game as it comes, aka the rapid fire round, comes your way. You can podcast the crappy quiz on iTunes or Stitcher, or podcast addict or offtheball.com. Give us 5 out of 5, even if you think this is terrible, and please send any questions you have via postcard to Crappy Quiz Quizmaster, Off the Ball Towers, Marconi House, Diggs Lane, Dublin 2. No post this week, unfortunately, so please make my job easier next week by sending me questions. Round 1, the boring questions round, never multiple choice. Question 1 for you, Tommy. Kilmacud Crokes won the Dublin Senior Football Championship on Monday night for the first time since which year?
2010.
Oh, correct.
Guess?
No.
You looked at my sheet?
No. I knew the answer. Jesus.
It's just worth fleshing these things out.
I told you all scores as well. I couldn't really actually.
What score was the 2018?
212 to...
No, that's my question.
Oh.
Question 1 for you, Adrian. Robbie Keane has been linked with the Ireland Under-21's job this morning, but can you name the last English football club he played for?
Oof.
I can. I know Dave can as well.
I think I can.
English.
What colour jersey are you thinking? Don't say it.
I'm thinking of 2 clubs that have the same jersey. I just can't figure out which one I would be going for if this was my question.
I think I'll be going for the second one that you just thought of.
We're under time pressure here, Adrian.
You haven't a clue, come on.
I mean...
All this posturing and chin
hang
scratching.
on.
Like, there's actually nothing happening. He's just trying to look like there's something.
If we got into his
there.
head, there would be 2 chimpanzees picking nuts out of each other.
Hang on.
Come on, Adrian.
Chat amongst yourselves there for a minute.
What are you actually
Adrian,
thinking about?
We're going to need a countdown here.
Just say Wolves.
10, 9,
Spurs.
8.
Villa? West Ham?
Villa.
I
Question 1.
wouldn't
He
have got
played for both West Ham and
He
Villa.
did, yeah.
Question 1 for you, Dave. At All Costs is the name of which Irish sportsperson's autobiography recently released?
Oh, this just shows that he's not on the game anymore. He's not on the ball.
Who's recently
it. He's not in the game anymore. Good.
I actually don't know.
He's not in the game.
All right.
Should have said.
Take a guess there.
Messed that one up.
I don't even know where to go with the sport. Sean Kavanagh.
No, Baby Fist.
When was that?
That was a
released?
far easier question than my one.
This week?
Well, how many points
this
did you get
week.
for it?
Last week.
0 each, so fair is fair.
Well, fair is not fair.
In fact, actually, Dave would have got your question right and you would have got his question right. So
That's correct.
It basically kind of casts aspersions on your theory that any questions are harder than the other. Difficulty is all subjective.
I'm not sure that.
What's he talking
I
about?
don't know either, but
I've got no idea.
he's rattled. Tony McGregor has rattled him.
Round 2 is the shirt sponsors round. In the modern world of commercialisation at every turn, this round will test your knowledge on the brands that appear on the shirts of Premier League teams.
God.
Ah, this is a nightmare.
Question 2 for you, Tommy. Which Premier League side has Angry Birds emblazoned as a sleeve sponsor?
Very difficult.
Oh, correct.
Oof.
Damn that.
They also have it up on there. It comes on the sort of pitch side.
Comes up here as well on the side. It's on the side of their jersey, isn't it?
That's what I said on the sleeve.
Oh, I wasn't even listening. When you said Angry Birds, I knew it was everything. There you go.
Question 2 for you, Adrian. Which Premier League side shirt sponsor is Virgin Media?
Bournemouth. Jeez, I wasn't far off, was I? Geographically.
One half of El Clasic host.
Dave, which Premier League side's shirt sponsor is FX Pro?
As he turns his phone off.
It's a good round.
I haven't a clue about this one.
Excellent round, yeah, really enjoying it.
FX Pro. Spell it.
FXPRO.
But it could be FX.
It could be FECKS.
That's what I was thinking.
X Pro.
Well, like, who pronounces FECKS FX?
X.
But it could be the
People
style,
from
just from the
Fireys.
company. The company could decided it.
Brighton.
So that round was mediocre.
See, the sponsors change so often nowadays. Like,
not
I want to
at all,
harken back to the JVC,
Sharp.
Crown Paint, Sharp days. I mean, that's when you knew you could stick with something for 2 or 3 years.
The good old days, boys.
Yeah.
Crown Paints.
The 90s.
So Tommy's 2-0 up. Round 3 is the Gong Round. It's PwC GPA GA All-Star Night tonight with a prize of a point here going for your knowledge of the prizes on the night. Question 3 for you, Tommy. Who won the All-Star for Hurler of the Year in 2013? Dave shaking his head, presumably at the idea that this is an unfair question.
Tony Kelly?
Correct. Tommy goes 3-0
All
up.
years in the last 10 that you could have picked. That's
It was pretty easy.
because he won the Young Hurler of the Year as well.
Yeah. Well, such is life. Question 3 for you, Adrian.
He's so dismissive, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's emboldened by this prospect of getting into the
wait
ring.
till Tony gets a hold of him.
Yeah.
Who won the All-Star for Footballer of the Year in 2013, Adrian?
Michael Dyer.
Yes, correct.
Job, Adrian.
Question 3 for you, Dave, All-Star selector.
Not confident.
Name last year's midfield recipients in the All-Star Football Team of the Year.
God.
You picked the team?
Here's a clue. You picked it.
Ryan Fenton.
Yes. No. Sorry.
We're celebrating the wrong
I
answer.
actually couldn't believe that Brian Fenton wasn't selected. That's why I asked the question.
What the hell? So Dublin beat Mayo in the final. Was there a Mayo man in there?
Kavanagh and Parsons, no?
No, Kavanagh and James McCarthy was last
How
year's.
did McCarthy get in ahead of Fenton? Who was in that meeting?
So it's
Wash out on me.
3-1-0, Dave.
Numbers game better come up trumps.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have
for yourself.
paper. What am I going to do?
We'll probably
got a
get you a
pen?
bit of paper.
I don't. Overpressed here. Thanks, Wes. I get a pen here. Hold on.
And there's got
Gonna
you
wait
started.
for,
And just got you
Prepare
covered
yourself, Tommy.
Tommy to actually prepare himself for the quiz.
here. Man, and oh, Jesus.
Cheers for that. Right.
Pen in the eye.
We're on for the Fun Free Magic number round. Contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly right. If no one manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. The second closest gets 1 point. Again, I'm going to have to state that we can only accept the answer that's written on your paper. I'm also going to have to ask for your pens once the music ends. So if you don't mind, give us the following number. The number of All-Stars Conor McManus will have won after tonight, plus the number of Champions League titles won by Pep Guardiola as a manager, plus the number of games Real Madrid have won in La Liga so far this season, plus the number of majors won by Phil Mickelson. Your 30 seconds expires when Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beads. So the amount of All-Stars that Conor McManus has got. Pep Guardiola, his Champions League titles as a boss. Real Madrid so far this season, how many games have they won in the league? Phil Mickelson, how many majors has he got? Pens are all down in record time.
I'm really hoping Adrian's looked at his number and it's a big one.
It's a big one. I'm hoping so too.
Tommy?
12.
20.
14.
14 wins.
Come on! Get in!
Do I get a point?
Yeah.
Because I came second?
Yeah.
I do. All right. Well done, Dave.
Because I overshot the
That
run.
was a celebration.
I knew you were in trouble. A big
I got
trouble.
20. Just
Real Madrid must have, I think Real Madrid shafted me.
I'm just happy you didn't slip another disc there, Dave. The number of All-Stars, Conor McManus.
I had 3 then.
I had
Three.
3.
The number of Champions League titles won by Pep.
3.
I had 3.
2. The number of games Real Madrid have won in the Liga so far. 4.
That's what shafted me at 10.
And Phil.
5.
5. Masters 04,
Four,
6
okay.
10, Open 2013 and PGA Championship in 2005.
Well done, Dave.
Well done, Dave. You've got
Did you have all the
game.
answers
a real
right?
opportunity there.
Oh, you got 2 wrong.
See, that's not an actual royal flush, but like whatever.
3-1-4.
You fluked it essentially.
Is the score.
Neil Tracy got a royal flush last
I got a
week.
royal flush a few weeks ago.
Did you? Yeah.
3-1-3, I'm being told in the box here.
Dave.
3-1-3.
Tommy's. How many did you get in
No,
first?
Tommy
I think
goes
I'm
to
on
4.
4, lads.
Yeah, Tommy goes
Was
to
Tommy
4.
3 from 3?
Yeah, Tommy's on 4.
Okay, so
Tommy's on 4,
4-3-1.
Adrian's on 1 and Dave is on 3. That is where we stand going into the final. Our winner tonight is going to be decided in the round that separates the men from the boys, the Adrian Barrys from the Adrians from Rockies. It's the no team in particular ridiculously easy rapid fire round. The score you get in this
I just got that.
the score you get in this round will be added to your score in the
waiting for it to
previous
drop.
rounds. I didn't have enough time to think of a surname. There will be 40 seconds for everyone to answer from the same set of questions. We're going to start with the person with the highest number of points. That's you, Tommy.
I think
Then
I'll go
onto
for 3 in a row here. In terms of the last 3 times I've been on the quiz.
Right, good
I
luck.
just thought of that there.
Then on to the person in second, which is you,
So
Dave.
genuine Owen, isn't he?
And then on to the person in last, that's you, Adrian. If you get a question correct, I will ask you another question and keep asking you questions until you get one wrong. Once you get a question wrong, I'll move on to the next person, and your incorrect answer also results in the deduction of 1 point. Ready to go?
Yep.
Your time begins, Tommy, with Joe Malloy's description of Kev's hair.
Too long to be short, but it's not long enough to be long.
Right.
Like it's
In what year did Tyrone win their first ever senior football All-Ireland?
2003.
Correct. Where was the 2014 Winter Olympics held?
Sochi.
Correct. In what city would you find the Walled Stadion?
The Walls. Lisbon.
No, Frankfurt. In what continent is the Copa Libertadores played?
South America.
Correct. Name Cora Staunton's club.
Carnahan.
Correct. In what year did Keane O'Connor win Olympic bronze?
2004.
No, 2012. Who starts at out half for Ireland tomorrow, Adrian?
Joy Carberry.
Correct. Neil Lennon manages which side?
Hibernian.
Correct. Who's on the main cover of FIFA 19?
Ronaldo.
Correct. Nito Donaire competes in which sport? To tie it.
Let me think about this one. Give me the name again.
Oh, how long does he have? He's not
Give me the
3
name
seconds.
again.
Nonito Donaire.
Don't have 3 seconds here, lads.
Time. Boxing.
Oh, no! No, what about the times?
Yes!
lads.
I was going to say, but
I heard you say it. I heard you. But how long did he get there, lad?
well, don't worry about that. That's by the by. That's by the by.
That's not celebration music. It's a draw. It's a draw.
That's by the by.
What is going on?
You know I was going to say boxing.
I was hoping you would.
Yeah, come on now.
Time, lad.
Tommy, think of the drama. Come on,
So
we
it's
need this.
I don't care about the drama.
Jesus, no matter what happens now, Dave. That is an unbelievable.
So it's
That's Limerick proportions.
Adrian against Tommy.
Out of the fire job.
The tiebreak here says Adrian. So Adrian, do you want to go first or second?
Oh, this is beautiful. I think I'll go second. Thank you very much.
Tommy.
Yep.
How many Ireland caps does John O'Shea have?
$115. I think you got to give us another tiebreaker.
114.
It's 116.
Did you look at that sheet?
No, I didn't
How did
look
you
at
get
the
that?
thing. Because I know John O'Shea's
That's
caps are above
bollocks.
Kevin Kilbann's.
That's
Come on.
Get the winner
It
music
was very
now.
close.
Tommy Rooney.
Well, lads, I'm
goes
delighted
3 in a
with
row
that.
After one of the most
I really, the momentum was. I'm so resigned to not winning it going into that round, and I'm totally gutted now.
as you should be.
I'm actually delighted with that. Bit of drama always adds to it, doesn't it?
That's gripping television.
I mean, to be fair though,
Carnage everywhere, though.
Dave bottled himself there in a big way, didn't he?
Oh, what one did I get wrong?
Keane O'Connor. You had to get Keane O'Connor. didn't you?
What year did he welcome in bronze?
Wow.
Yeah. What year did he win gold for the Ireland?
That was a trick question. As you know, that's a trick question.
No recollection of Keane O'Connor winning Olympic medal in skill.
Shots fired at the end of this week's Scrappy Quiz, which is also the end of the show. We'll be back on the quiz again next week on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, all that good stuff. And Off the Ball is back on your radios tomorrow from 1 o'clock. We'll chat to you later. Bye-bye for now.
Hey, hope you enjoyed that latest offering from Off the Ball. If you want to subscribe, and you should, check out just up here. All our latest stuff is just down here. Generally, knock yourself out.